Hey y'all, I thought I'd do a video on the go. Let's see if I can take off my glasses. Okay. Um, I want to do an update. I did have two close-eye visions I want to tell y'all about. But before I forget, yesterday with the window in the ground, it was an orangey color. Last night TV was watching me, and it was a show on ETV about Nero, Nero. I guess he was like a Roman emperor or something. I don't remember. And they were showing man-made and natural, like geothermal areas. And they had this one area that kind of looked like a box or a window, and it had steam coming out of it, and around the edges were yellow. And the lady was explaining how the yellow is sulfur. And so when I saw that with the steam coming out of it, it's like a hole in the crust that allows steam and or lava to come out from the earth. And it automatically reminded me of Yellowstone, because I've never seen Yellowstone. Like, I've never seen any pictures. I've only heard of like the geyser. So I'm thinking perhaps that our attention is being drawn to Yellowstone. I did see Bagley put out a video today about volcanoes and how, because of that canyon in the sun, it's going to cause a lot of earthquakes. So we've been hearing about Yellowstone for a while, so I really think my attention's being drawn to Yellowstone. Also, I told you guys about, hold up, other phone. I told you guys about the U-shape, how the asteroid was coming down, and I knew it was whizzing by in a U-shape. Dabu 777 put out a video today. Apparently, aside from those two asteroids, today there is another one that is supposed to be closer, like closer than the moon to the earth. And the illustration that he used actually used a U shape, but it looked like a C. I saw in mine in the vision, it was like a U, like a curve, like a wide U. So I guess there is another one. I was wondering. And apparently there is another one that's closer than the two that I mentioned on yesterday. What else? I saw yesterday, I didn't mention it, but I saw something that I knew it was some type of impact. So and it was colorful. It was red. And it was so fast that I didn't know what happened. So, long story short, TV was watching me, and there's this guy named Harry that has a television show, talk show host, and he had this lady on, and it was a judge, and she gave him a new gavel, because he does like a judge segment sometimes, I guess, on his show. And when she hit that gavel on the little wooden round block thing, it reminded me of my vision. And with that being said, that sounds like judgment, you guys. But when I saw it in my vision, it was more abrupt. It was more of an impact. It kind of startled me, because I didn't know what it was, and until I saw the gavel being hit. And the way she did it was lighter than what I saw it in my vision. What else? Yesterday, I had a closed-eye vision of a black lady with glasses and a short haircut. I'm not sure what that is or who that is. I'm keeping my eye out for her. And one last thing, you guys. Last night, I had a dream. And the first part, basically, without getting into it, is at 5 minutes. Basically, without getting into it, my Jewish friend was with me, and we were going to a feast. And she wasn't impressed with the feast that we were invited to. It was a full layout. So anyway, I guess, and I had a longer dream last night. I actually do remember it. So I'm thinking, I don't know. Anyway, that might be a little bit more personal, that part of the dream, but I knew it was a feast that everybody was invited to. And it made me think of the wedding feast. But I guess before I woke up, it was just this, or right when I was waking up, I guess I call it a closed-eye vision because that was all I saw. But anyway, I saw these little plastic cups, clear plastic cups with honeycomb, and they were covered with honey. And they were all it was a whole bunch of them. And I knew that the honeycomb was being served to us. And it was rich, clear honey, but I knew I had honeycomb pieces in all these little cups. I would say it's about 20 cups because that's about all I could see. So anyway, what it reminded me was the land of milk and honey. But also on Monday, we did a program at church, and we fed the guests. It wasn't a program. It was a meeting. And it was our church's turn to hold that meeting. So we feed the guests because it's a late night meeting. It's like 7 o'clock. And what we did, because we were a host, we put fruit in the cups, in these clear plastic cups. We had fruit cocktail. And we put them in these clear plastic cups. And I myself, personally, the girls fixed it. But when it came time to serve, I was pushing them towards the edge of the table as they were taking them. And I just knew, just like in my dream, that these cups of honey were being served for us. So, of course, I thought about Exodus. Of course, the land of milk and honey. Also, I did look up a couple scriptures. I'm going to put it below. I think it's Psalm 19, Song of Solomon. It caught my eyes. Also, I think it was the bride longing for her groom, or vice versa. And what else? John the Baptist ate locusts and wild honey. There are like 6 verses with honeycomb specifically in it. But I can't put all of them. Well, maybe I can. I don't know. Maybe I can put them all in the description box. But my very first thought was the land of milk and honey. And you guys, I really think we are leaving so soon. I've never gotten so many confirmations, unsolicited confirmations that we are going home soon. That honey was beautiful. I don't know if you can describe honey as beautiful. The honeycombs were perfect, and it was just, I didn't have any negative feelings about the honey. Also, I think there's another proverb. I think there's a proverb that says, what's the word? kind speech is as honey, I believe. And that caught my attention too. I will leave Proverbs, Psalms 19. It does talk about judgments. It does talk about the Lord's judgments are right and as sweet as honey, or something to that effect. But I just wanted to put that below. There, like I said, there were several, and I didn't get a negative connotation with this honey. Just as they were being served to our guest, I believe that we were being served honey. And that's it, you guys. If I think of anything else, I'll come back, okay? God bless y'all.